Frazzeldow's Horribly Dreadful Tales. The Sprite. Chapter 5. Before you broke through your mask, I didn't even think it was possible, the sad fox said. I truly believed that me and all these people were stuck here forever. The sprite sat for a moment trying to make up its mind, and nodding to itself it said, "Okay, if you help me get out of here, I'll help you get that mask off." "Okay," the sad fox said with determination, and began rummaging around through the doors of the workbench, until she finally returned with a small clamp-like tool. Gingerly, she clamped the tool onto the ring on the sprite's finger, and squeezed until a seam formed on the ring, and it popped off the sprite. "There you go, little sprite," the sad fox said. "The spell is broken, so you can leave whenever you would like." The sprite fluttered up with joy, and gave the sad fox a hug. "Alright," it said. "Should we get the ring off of you now?" "Don't worry about that," the sad fox said. "Please just get this mask off of me." The sprite nodded and placed its hands on the mask, searching it out with its magical energy. Finding a crack in the enchantment, the little sprite forced all of the magical energy that it could into the mask, until, with a great burst, it shattered off of the sad fox's face. "Thank you," the sad fox said, touching her face for the first time in centuries. But as the years started to flow into the sad fox, she began to age rapidly. In an instant, she had gone from a 12-year-old girl to an 100-year-old woman whose heart was failing. Tears welled up in the sprite's eyes, but the sad fox just smiled and said thank you before she died. Even after death, her body continued to age rapidly until it was nothing but a pile of dust and bones. "What have you done?" the snarling demon said from the doorway. Frederick followed him into the room, growling. "You killed my daughter, you nasty little thing," the snarling demon continued. "I freed your daughter," the sprite said. "I freed her from the miserable existence that you forced her into. Take care of this pest, Frederick," the snarling demon said. And Frederick lunged at the sprite, snapping viciously. But the sprite was too fast, and it bolted out of the castle and back into the forest as fast as it could. Faster and faster, the sprite flew through the forest until it started to recognize the trees around it. Floating over to one of the trees, the sprite placed a hand on the tree and felt the magical energy of the forest flow into it, and it was once again connected to the forest. Startled, the sprite realized that something was wrong, and it flew as fast as it could back to its village. When the sprite reached its village in the heart of the forest, it fell to its knees. The entire village had been destroyed. In the center of the village, where the great heart tree usually stood, was a pile of ashes. Without it, the magical energy would fade from the forest, and it would be dead just like the forest around the wizard's castle. The sprite wept, for everything it loved and everything it was died. And that's the end of Frazzeldow's Horribly Dreadful Tales, The Sprite. As always, you can find the written or audio versions at Wattpad and SoundCloud, respectively. And I'll be back with the next story in a few weeks.